dead you are.
I'll kill you! Oh! Oh!
Another one goes down. There's a couple more nearby. My best guess is for the upper levels. That person excluded, of course. But apparently not.
No.
Enemy is everywhere! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
That's you down. Is this other person around here? Yes, they are. And they're also a Krogan.
Perimeter secured.
Rex saved my bacon there. I'm glad I brought him. Now we can search for things to take. After I heal myself. And yeah, the frame rate dipped back there for a little bit, and I'm not entirely sure why. But it seems to be watchable. Let me know about it in the comments if you thought that was a serious problem, and I'll see what I can do. But it doesn't seem to be an issue.
After the Geths secure a location, thresher maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the earth to attack. In addition to physical attacks, threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered threshers on the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
Yeah, and from what you saw with my encounter with that thresher maw, that's not necessarily the most effective way either. So you need vehicle-mounted heavy weapons plus lots and lots of luck, apparently. Also, sorry for the pause just now, but I accidentally hit the mute button on my microphone and forgot to unmute it. Let's see. I'll read a couple of the codex entries because there's not very many. Before they joined the Citadel Council, the Solarians' most potent military tool was a small reconnaissance team known as the League of One. Their primary training was in espionage and assassination. Never more than a dozen strong, the team was adept at infiltrating the tightest defenses and eliminating all necessary obstacles. Only a few top members of government and military were privy to the League's identities. League members wore no distinguishing garments and held no particular rank. The only evidence of their participation in the League was a small medallion sent to each member upon induction. This secrecy was maintained until the formation of the Council. In an effort to dispel rumors and appease their new Asari partners, the Solarian Union released all classified documents pertaining to the League. The League of One was suddenly exposed and in danger of being hunted by enemies of the Solarians. Before any harm could be done, the team mysteriously disappeared. Most assumed this was a convenient lie to help hide their identities. But a few months later, the inner cabinet was murdered. Though there was no incriminating evidence, it was clear who was responsible. Realizing the threat posed by this rogue outfit, the Special Task Group dispatched a team of hunters. When they didn't return, the STG dispatched 10 of its brightest operators with broad discretionary powers. Only 2 returned, and they reported no evidence of the League. No further incidents were reported, and it was assumed the League was wiped out. Some recently declassified documents, however, suggested there may have been a 13th member who eluded the Solarian military. Yeah, so they sold out one of their best organizations so the Asari wouldn't get all pissy on them. I suppose it worked for them, or did it? Dun dun dun. Space combat general tactics is not really all that relevant, but I'll read it anyways. Shells lofted by surface navies crash back to Earth when their acceleration is overwhelmed by gravity and air resistance. In space, a projectile has unlimited range. It will keep moving until it hits something. Practical gunnery range is determined by the velocity of the attacker's ordnance and the maneuverability of the target. beyond a certain range, a small ship's ability to dodge trumps a larger ship's projectile speed. The longest range combat occurs between dreadnoughts, whose projectiles have the highest velocity but are the least maneuverable. The shortest range combat is between frigates, which have the slowest projectile velocities and highest maneuverability. Opposing dreadnoughts open with a main gun artillery duel at extreme ranges of tens of thousands of kilometers. The fleets close, maintaining evasive lateral motion and keeping their bow guns facing the enemy. Fighters are launched and attempt to close to disrupt their torpedo range. Cautious admirals also weaken the enemy with ranged fire and fighter strikes before committing to close action. Aggressive commanders advance so cruisers and frigates can engage. At long range, the main guns of cruisers become useful. Friendly interceptors engage enemy fighters until the attackers enter the range of ship-based Guardian fire. Dreadnoughts fire from the rear, are screened by smaller ships. Commanders must decide whether to commit to a general melee or retreat into FTL. At medium range, ships can use broadside guns, fleets intermingle, and it becomes difficult to retreat in order. Ships with damaged kinetic barriers are vulnerable to Wolfpack frigate flotillas that speed through the battle space. Only fighters and frigates enter close knife fight ranges of 10 or fewer kilometers. Fighters lose their disruptor torpedoes, bringing down a ship's kinetic barriers and allowing it to be swarmed by frigates. Guardian lasers become viable weapons, swatting down fighters and boiling away warship armor. Neither dreadnoughts nor cruisers can use their main guns at close range. Laying the bow on a moving target becomes impossible. Superheated thruster exhaust becomes a hazard. Yeah, very interesting. But now I'm going to level up. We can't bump up our charm any further. It's going to be quite a bit before we can equip medium armor. I'll put one more into Intimidate, just in case, and the other into Tactical Armor. I'll have to level up another 2 times before I can get medium armor, but that will be handy when I do get it. And I'm going to drop a save. So I think I'm going to call a close to this recording here. This has been DarkPhoenix Ninja 92, and thank you for watching Let's Play Mass Effect. If you've enjoyed this, and please leave a comment down below or subscribe. It really does help me out, and I'd appreciate it if you'd check out one of my other Let's Plays. I at least seem to think they're okay, and I'd appreciate it if you'd have a look. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.